Get everything up for today. Hi, this is Dr. Nicole, and I wanted to share with you from my heart something that I've been thinking about quite a lot lately. And I wanted to get on here and just kind of express to you what I'm seeing in my private practice, what I'm seeing amongst anxiety warriors. And one of the things is that I deal with extremes all the time. People call and they have extreme anxiety or extreme grief, or they're having extreme withdrawal side effects from their medications. And I'm telling you, what I've seen is that the people who are willing to put in the work and who are willing to try something different, those are the people that get the results. And I was thinking about this because about a year ago, I got a call from a girl, we'll call her Jennifer, and Jennifer was dealing with really bad anxiety. She was dealing with bad panic attacks, and they had gotten to the point where she felt like she wasn't able to parent her kids anymore. She had to stop working, and she was basically her husband was having to take care of everything. She's basically in her room, in her bed, and completely anxious and afraid. She had tried medications, she had tried talk therapy, and she was on a pretty high dose of benzodiazepines every day, and that's the only thing that really helped her get through the day. And so she called me about a year ago, and she talked about how she was disenfranchised with the options that she was given. And we talked about, have you done any root cause testing? And she said no. They'd done basic blood work. And we talked about, have you worked on the underlying trauma that was a trigger? She had a trauma trigger for this. And she said no. And I asked her, what are you doing in order to support your gut health and your brain health? And she said, nothing. I'm taking the medications and I'm doing the CBT counseling, and that's it. And so I proposed a solution to her, and then we didn't hear from her. And it wasn't until about 2 weeks ago she called the office again, and she made an inquiry about if we were still accepting new clients, which we are on a small limited basis. And so my administrator asked her how she's been over the last year and what she's been doing, and it kind of helps us assess what's going to be the most bang for her buck, the best thing to meet her needs. And what's happening with Jennifer is that her kids are all a year older, and she's on more medications. She's on lithium in addition to the benzodiazepines. She's also on an antidepressant, and she is still not working. And her life feels like it's just spiraling and getting worse and getting worse. And she's pretty hopeless, and she's feeling despairing. And she has the issue that she had a year ago on top of all of that. And so we talked to her, well, what have you done between now and then? Have you tried any other therapeutic techniques? And she had tried electroconvulsive therapy, and she'd continued seeing her CBT counselor weekly, and of course the new medications, and she just wasn't getting anywhere. And she just lost a year of her life, and she'd missed out on a year of her little ones' growings and their beginnings and their first starts. And part of me feels like, had she just taken that chance and done something different, then she wouldn't be where she is today. And I was thinking about that, and my heart goes out to her because this is a year she can't get back. And if she had been just willing to try something new and put in the work to do something new, to get to the root cause, to support her gut health, to support her brain health, to actually treat the trauma, she could have been in a lot better place than she was. And she just, for whatever reason, she wasn't ready. She wasn't there yet. And then after I had her call, I had a call with another one of my clients. We'll call her Mary. And Mary started around the same time. So she started a year ago, and we started working together. She had severe trauma. And Mary's like, I'm tired of doing the same thing and expecting different results and getting the same outcomes. And I want to do something different. And she was willing to invest the time and the energy and the space into herself. And what Mary has reported when she and I just talked recently is that she doesn't have panic attacks anymore. She's actually gotten new job opportunities, so she's been promoted in her work. Her relationship is better than ever. She actually just got engaged a couple of months ago, and so she's planning a wedding. And her life is turning out to be the life that she had dreamed that she could have, the life that she wanted to have. And so I look at both of these women and my heart breaks, honestly, for people who they just don't give themselves a chance, that they don't invest in themselves. And I'm so grateful for the people who do step out of the just the standard medical care and put a comma at the end of their sentence and they take a chance and do something different. And my hope and my dream and my goal is to encourage you today that you're totally worth doing something different. Um, I mean, this story of Mary and her story of conquering is something that you could achieve. I would love that in a year from now that you're the person that I'm talking about and using as an encouragement to other people who are where you are right now. And so I want to do this for you. And in light of that, I have an anxiety freedom course, and it is my passion, and I want to share it with you. We've been doing tons of things that can help you start to turn the page in your anxiety, and it's just like a toe in the ocean of things that we can do together. And I want to do 2 customized sessions with you. I want to get to the root cause of where you are, and I want to do it in a way that's cost effective for you. And so I kind of think of the metaphor of like if we have a cup of ice and we just start filling the cup with testing and supplements and you're spending all of this money and you're not getting results, what we want to do instead is we want to put the big cubes in the ice cup. We want to put the big cubes in first. And that's getting to the root cause of why do you feel the way you feel? What is going on emotionally underneath of it? What is happening with the way that your brain is triggering those anxious pathways? Let's put those big ice cubes in first. And for most people, that's enough. That gets them the results. That's a huge part. It's 99% of what helped Mary get her life back is those ice cubes. And those are simple fixes that over time literally change the brain. And then if there are things that are hung over after you're done with doing the work, it's kind of like pouring juice into the cup. So you have the ice cubes that are occupying most of the space. And then if you need testing or if you need supplements, it's like pouring it in as a garnish. And so instead of filling your cup with expensive supplements and expensive tests, give yourself the opportunity to get to the root cause. Most of the time with my clients, they don't have to spend thousands of dollars on expensive tests. We call that spray and pray testing. And while that can be profitable for the doctor, it isn't economic for you. And my objective is to help you get answers and to get your life back in a way that is as economic as possible. And that's why I've actually priced the course for the anxiety course to be less than the price of 2 visits with me. And so you're getting the 2 visits with me. You're going to get 18 weeks of group sessions every single week, and it's for the price of less than 2 visits with me. And so this process, it's faster, it's more effective, it's emotionally accessible, and the results are amazing. And I want to encourage you too that there isn't a quick magic fix for anxiety. In my experience as a clinical psychologist and as a naturopathic physician, I've had the opportunity to dip my toes in the philosophies, the treatments, the interventions from both. And there are no quick fixes, but there is a solution to stop anxiety in its tracks, to reduce the intensity of anxiety, to reduce the frequency of anxiety, and to reduce the duration of anxiety so that your brain is starting to get rid of all of those old highways that make you anxious and replace those highways with new, beautiful paved roads that are towards confidence, empowerment, self-love. And we can do that. And that is what I want to share with you. That's what my heart is all about sharing with you. I own a medical counseling practice, and we could see you for week after week on a couch. And economically, that's more profitable. But my soul is that we could do better than that. And I believe in counseling and I believe in trauma work, but we can do so much more in addition to that that will give your life back. And that's what my heart is, and that's what I'm all about today. And so we're going to be going live in less than a week on this course, and we have a couple of spots remaining. And I'd love to invite you to apply it and register to be a member of that course. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be life-changing. And I want to give you an action taker's guarantee, babe, where if you do this course and you do the 2 sessions with me and you put in the effort, I'm going to show up for you 110%. I'm going to be there for you and we're going to be supporting you. And you know what? If you're doing the work and we're doing the work and you're not getting results, then I'll refund you. If I'm not helping you, then I don't deserve your money. And so there's no risk. It's all just taking a chance on yourself, trying something different. Don't be like that first client. Don't wait a year and miss out on a year of your life where you could be doing something. You could be putting a stick in that bicycle spoke. You could be taking a chance on yourself and doing something different. And so I would be honored to be on that journey with you. We do have a couple of spots left. We go live. And so I'll have Haley put the information and the link for you, and I would love to see you there. I promise that I'm going to show up for you. I'm going to teach you everything that I learned, and I promise I totally get it. And I remember being at the rock bottom of my anxiety, and it was the worst thing I've ever been through. And I know what it's going to be like to get you out of that, and I'm really confident and really excited to be on that journey. And so I'm doing this live. This may be the only time that I do it live. And so with this, it's 2 sessions with me. One is at the beginning where we make sure that there isn't anything clinically that needs to be addressed, and then make sure that this is all programmed and personalized for you so that you get the best, most intimate outcomes. And then the second visit will be halfway through where we go over all sorts of testing and supplements that may be relevant for you. But again, most of the time people are quite a lot better and that kind of stuff isn't necessary. But I will be totally honest with you at that visit if there is something that needs to be looked at, like thyroid or adrenals or something like that. And so I'm going to be there with you every step of the way, and I hope that you'll show up for yourself. And don't be like Jennifer, be like Mary, be that amazing, brilliant, badass that you have inside of you, and join the Anxiety Freedom group, and let's do the class together. We go live on Wednesday, and we're still accepting information, and the class is going to be closing really soon, and we'll put all that information in the chat and in the comments. I'm going to be bopping into the Private Warriors group to answer a couple of specific questions. And so as I'm on this live, I want to just check and make sure that you don't have any specific questions. And so beautiful LaFrancis was wondering about something that she can carry in her pocket that's small that can help with anxiety attacks. And I actually have a lot of ideas for you for that. I'm going to actually reply to that question in the Warriors group because I have a few things that I want to talk about. And so Haley was talking about when the live program starts. It's actually going to be starting on Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday, and they're all going to be occurring and it's going to be based on Eastern time zone, and so we'll make sure that all that information is put on there. And then Paul was saying, how do we register? Babe, we're going to put that link right in there, and you just simply click on the link to register. And I see that Haley put the program registration link there, so definitely check it out, babes. Again, it's totally worth it. You can get your life back, and there's no risk. Why not? Let's do this together. I promise I'll be there every step of the way with you. You are not alone. And let's do something different. Let's turn the page, and let's write your story the way you want it to be. This is Dr. Nicole, and I'm so honored to be a part of this journey with you. And I will see you guys on Wednesday and hopefully in the class. It's a giant honor. So we'll talk with you soon. Sending lots of love.